Right, so welcome back. This time I'm
gonna use a video again instead of PowerPoint format because I would like to show you the operationalization of SPSS. This is really just the beginning, so no need to feel under pressure, or if you still don't have the SPSS, it's fine. It's really fine. Like I said in the very beginning of our meeting, there can only be 2 or 3 people in your group who have SPSS, so it doesn't have to be all of the members of each group. And besides, SPSS is a very consuming memory of applications, so it's okay if you don't have it because of technical reasons, but also for some other reasons. That is fine, as long as you make sure that there are at least 2 people in your group that have SPSS. Okay, so I'm going to start from scratch. I will call my SPSS on my group right here. I call SPSS. I have SPSS 25, but if you have 23, 24, it doesn't matter. It's fine. The difference is sometimes, I think in 23 they have they use 32 bytes, but in 25 they have 64 bytes. So make sure that your computer fulfills the requirement. Okay, so I just entered to start running the SPSS. Sorry, I need to share my screen, yeah? So I'm just gonna do it all over again while I'm showing you my screen. Right, so here you go. You see my screen now. Now I'm just gonna go through this magnifying glass. I'm gonna click SPSS. There you have it. I entered and it will be out soon. It's gonna take a little while. Yeah, here. Right. So at first you will see that you are offered new data set, new database query, some recent files that you have been using with, but we want to start from scratch. So we just click new data set and just double click. All right. So there you go. We have our SPSS window. Now, if you notice, if we go here, we got these 2 things here. We got data view and we got variable view. I would suggest, because there is no, let's say there is no fixed rule in using SPSS, but really based on my experiences, my best practice is I would start from variable view first. We'll tell you in a second the differences between variable view and data view. So data view, it shows what variables do you have and what the values for each variable. And variable view is really the foundation of your data view. The variable view is like the backbone, the infrastructure that you are creating so that the data view can show such variables that you intend to show. So that's why I always start from variable view. So let's just get started. So we click variable view. Here you can see you have column name, type, width, decimals, label, values, missing columns, etc. No need to worry and no need to memorize all these columns. It's fine. We're gonna learn this as we move along. So name, that means it refers to the name of the variable that you are interested in. So I would just say name. Remember the stress scale that we studied this material in the beginning? So we're going to input the data of stress scale to SPSS. So, but I'm not gonna go straight with the 4 items. No, I'm gonna start with some demographic variables. Demographic variables are things that are embedded in your life. For instance, age. gender, etc. So I'm going to start with age. I'm also going to be interested in variable age. So age, no space. So if you put space here and then that's gonna be illegal. So no space. And the type is numeric. You can also play around. You got numeric, you got string. String means it's letters, but since I'm interested in numeric, so I will keep it with numeric. Width is the width of the column. Decimals, it's how many points, how many decimal points do you want to have? Obviously, the more accurate, but 2 decimal points is fine. Label, what is the label? It is just to remind you what variable is it, because here we simply just put age. So the label is age of the respondent, right? I'm just gonna make it a little white. There you go. What's the values? Well, the value is very important when you have several answer categories, but we don't have that for age. So I'm just gonna keep it none. And measure is scale, not ordinal, not nominal, but scale. All right, so we move on. We got gender. And again, you can say numeric. This is gender of the respondent. Now we can put values here. For instance, value 1, label is male. I'm gonna put at here, and value 2 is for female, right? There you go. So when we go to data view, when we click 1, that means it's male. When we click 2, that means female. But when we click 3, 4, 5, it's gonna result in unidentified value. So, but if you wanna know about the variable type, if you click string, then it's gonna you are not supposed to put numbers. So you can say male here, female, right? See the difference? When you have variable string. Here, because I put numeric, if you still remember, I cannot put any letters. There you go, it's gone. I click enter, it's gone, because it's numeric and this is string. But again, I don't wanna have it string, I wanna have it numeric. Okay, and then we got 4 items of the mini stress scale. So I'm gonna just say item 1, item 2, item 3, and item 4, right? And here, item 1 of the stress scale. Just gonna and then item 4. There you go. Now, values are quite important when you have this kind of item. Remember that we have, let's just get back to the item. See, you remember that we have item here, and then we have several answer categories, right? Answer, almost never, sometimes, fairly often, very often, right? Starting from 0 to 4. Now, if I want to make my life easier later on for the analysis, I'm just gonna put values using the values column here, put values here. So value 0 refers to never. 1, what does it refer to? Almost never, right? And then 2, sometimes. 3 is fairly often. 4 is very often, right? So it's okay. Now, again, the same principle as for gender. When I say item 1 is 0, that means it refers to never. But if I say 1, you know, it means almost never. So, but then again, you cannot say 5 or 6 because it is not included in the answer category. So it's a false answer. Now, because these items have the same answer categories as item 1, so we're just going to copy it and then paste it here. There you go. So now you see. So this is why I always start with variable view, because it provides you with a way to sort of create the backbone, the infrastructure of the data view. So this is like your blueprint. And then when you have go to data view, you can, everything that you want to measure appears here very nicely. So let's just have imaginary respondent. Yeah. So for respondent 1, by the way, this number here, it refers to respondent 1, respondent 2, respondent 3, and so on. So each respondent, all the answers belong to each respondent is laid out horizontally. Okay, not this way. Sometimes when you use Excel, it's quite different. Respondent is placed in a column, so everything that goes or belongs to respondent go vertically, but we in SPSS, that's not how we do it. Okay, so let's get back to our data set. Age, for instance, our first respondent is age 18, gender is male. Item 1, he answered 0, 1, 2, 1. Okay, again, this is a imaginary respondent. Age, respondent 2, age 20, gender 1, item 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Again, this is imaginary female 2, 3, 2, and 1. And again, female maybe 2, 1, 1, and 2. Right? Let's just have 4. So we got 4 respondents. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 variables. Right? So 6 observations, or we can say it's 6 observations. So now we want to do what we were discussing before. So you go to analyze. You go to descriptive statistics. You want frequency table. There you have it. You got frequency, and then you just you can select them all. Let me see if I can. There you go. You just click H and then Shift, and then your left click on your mouse. You just move them to the next dialog, to the next box, and then you click statistics. See if something is interesting for you. We're gonna talk about mean, median, mode, and sum in next week. So we're not gonna use this. But if you want to go ahead, you can just say mean. That's the average, by the way. Format, nothing is interesting but the format. So let's just go and make sure that this is clicked. Okay. Display frequency tables, and okay. There you go. See. For age, we got 4 respondents, gender, and so on, because no missing values. Age, those who are age 18, there are 2, the obviously 50%, and the valid percent and cumulative percent is 50, and then so on. So this is your frequency table, right? Exactly the same as we learned before. The frequency here, the number of responses, and the percentage, right? 2 divided by 4 equals 0.5. 0.5 divided at times multiplied by 100 is 50%. There you go. So you have that frequency table. Now, I want contingency table. Okay. Descriptive statistics, and then contingency table is usually referred as cross-tab. So you go to cross-tabs menu. So you want to look at the two information, gender and item, right? So gender here, in a row column, I think it's better, yes. And then item 1 on a column. And you can actually play around with this as well, and the cells. Do you want the row percentage, do you want the column percentage, or do you want the total? Let's just have it all. And now, I think the row. There you go. See? This is the contingency table. Gender in a row information, and item 1 is in the, what do you say, the column information. So male, those who are male is 2, those who are female is 2. Those who are male saying never is 1. Those who are male saying sometimes is 1 as well. The row percentage, this is the row percentage because 1 divided, sorry, this is the row percentage within gender. Let me use annotate. Within gender is the row percentage. And this is the total percentage. So 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. 0.5 multiplied by 100 is 50% and 50%. And the total 1 divided by total, we have 4. So 1 divided by 4 is 25%. Okay, so that's contingency table. Okay, we're gonna stop at contingency table and let you play around with SPSS. Let me go back to the data set. So take a look at SPSS, have some time to play around with, and I think it's nice to have a head start of what's gonna come in the following weeks. This is just the introduction of SPSS. Hopefully it has been quite interesting for you guys, so you will stick around using SPSS, or at least we'll still be focused on our course. Okay, so that's all for introduction of SPSS. Thank you.